Hello there. Today we mark the first official entry into the Tears of the Kingdom Impractical Shrine Solutions. The tutorial shrines were just for fun and playing around. We're gonna go even harder on those soon enough. Especially because for Tears, I'm gonna go one step further beyond just solving these impractically. This series is now Impractical Shrine Solutions and Softlocks. On top of the Impractical Solutions, I will also be going very far out of my way to get every single shrine into a state that cannot be completed and either requires leaving or reloading a save file in order to start the shrine over with. And these shrines are actually very well designed, and almost everything you need to complete a shrine respawns if you destroy it. So some of these softlocks are going to require very abstract solutions. And I did say almost everything. I know something was missed in at least one shrine. And I do know that some shrines just can't be softlocked, like the Ascend Shrine. That shrine is literally just push A to win, but I'm still going to spend like hours in there trying to do it. Today's shrine is a Sinakawak. It has nothing to do with water sports though, they just sell balloons. So I'm 100% obviously not using those balloons. This was the location of my first ever recall elevator. Alternating two boards with recall allows you to obtain an absurd amount of height. It's not unlimited as rewind does have a limit. It was fun, but there are even dumber ways to get up this wall. There's also doing a recall elevator from the entrance requiring both distance and height to be gained. But the dumbest solutions come into play because this wall is purty. Instead of just being flat, it has aesthetics. These torches here allow for climbing up one board at a time using Ascend. If not for these torches and this platform here, the softlock here would have been a whole lot less fun. After getting up to the top, we've got to open this door. And the obvious solution here, we're going to take this balloon and this candle here and not use either of them and headbutt the button instead. The next section is our introduction to Jerry's long-lost Zonai cousin, Terry. Some say they look alike, I don't see it. Getting Terry Jerry here up the wall normally involves a balloon. Go figure. We also have the option to do a recall elevator. And because of the height, those are really our only two options. Other than maybe making a murder Terry, but that's pushing past impractical into arbitrary difficulty, or making something excessively hard for the sake of hard, and I don't do that. In the latter half of Breath of the Wild, we had a no Jerry left behind policy. There was a Jerry, it went to the end of the shrine. This time around, no Terry left behind from the start. We've already got one Terry saved, but we still gotta save this Terry, aka Big Terry. So I took Big Papa T here, and I did another recall elevator, but this time using Terry as one of the platforms. Locking him into the corner as you're not supposed to stand on Terry. Even perfectly on top, Link still slides down. After way too many attempts, I finally stayed on long enough to push the first platform high enough that when I did rewind, Terry just had enough height to get up to the top. Because remember, we leave no Terry behind. Now the softlock here is when the fun really begins. Because of the aesthetics of the wall, if you have access to anything whatsoever on this side, you can just climb this wall. And from the second room, you can ascend up and basically get anywhere in the shrine. The obvious solution here is for Link to be down here and lift everything out of Link's reach, so we don't have any access to anything to climb the wall. But I mean, these are impractical softlocks after all, so I wanted to go one step further and lock Jerry down here on his pedestal, giving the illusion of a solution while still being unbeatable. Step 1 is to get everything in the back of the shrine to the entrance of the shrine. Balloons, entrance. Candles, entrance. Murder Terry, entrance. Terry, entrance. We actually require Terry in order to get back over here. But with everything at the entrance, we can assemble a giant balloon to float everything up into the corner here, and now no matter how hard we try, we only have access to a single item, Terry. Additionally, fun fact, this shrine has enough items in it to hit the glue limit. Yeah, there's obviously a limit on how many things you can stick together. If you hit this limit, the earliest glue applied gets removed in order to attach the new items. So to get this to work, we have to do some maths. Right now, all the emitters from Murder Terry are attached together, all the balloons are also linked together, but for example, instead of just attaching everything together, if we combine two items like an emitter and a balloon, this allows us to go from using two glue to attach these to different things to a single glue. And it's a mix and match of things like this that allows us to avoid hitting the limit. Now to get back up the wall, we use the torches to get Terry up onto the platform, and then use a Sin to go right into him. Yeah, Terry is just big enough to be able to plow right through him with a Sin. Man, I love this game. I apparently missed one balloon and one candle here, but luckily it can be pushed just far enough out that it's not reachable with a Send or Ultra Hand. And because all of these objects are always in motion because of the balloons and the fire, Rewind very quickly hits the point where it will no longer bring the object down. And now Terry sits back on his throne, unable to escape. The only thing that could come close to getting him out of here is standing on the torch that I used to get on Big T earlier, and creating a recall evader at the absolute maximum height we could pull off with a single item, using a Send, running all the way around and trying to snatch him out of the air. But it's still too far away. The only thing left is to break my bow. Why? Because with a perfect shot, you could 100% burn the wood up there, which would respawn it and make the shrine completable. Oh, and one additional detail, for every one of these Softlocks, they have a prerequisite. Because fuse and or just yeet bombs will kind of just break everything. Even something like bringing a bunch of apples would break the lock because of the glue limit. And because I always gotta look good, I make sure to include my shield and weapon in the glue calculations. And obviously someday, we will be able to go through walls. It's just a matter of time because as I always say, walls are merely suggestions in this game. Walls are just merely suggestions in video games. And these solutions are obviously excluding any kind of major glitches that would be found far in the future. The extreme flexibility of this game, man, these shrines are gonna be a blast. As of this video, I've done 4 or 5, and I've spent 2 to 3 hours, or even more, in each one of those shrines coming up with these. I regret nothing. At first in Breath of the Wild, I complained about the mini puzzles of the shrines being a replacement for dungeons, but these definitely have grown on me and are probably one of, if not my favorite part of these games now.